Life can be confusing, science makes it clearer, like looking through a telescope or looking in a mirror. You have lots of questions and we don't know what you'll find, so get into the data and into a scientific state of mind.
Hi, my name's Collin. I like to read, ride my bike, and play video games. All of these are possible because of science. Welcome to Kai-Sci, where children and science come together. Hi everyone, hi Mom.
Hi Collin. How are you doing today?
Great.
That's good.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking.
Welcome.
So, I've been meaning to ask you about microorganisms. Have you ever heard of a microorganism?
Yes, I have. I actually heard the term, but lots of times before when I was in science class.
Okay.
At school.
So, do you know what a microorganism is?
Yes, it's something that's living, but it's very, very small, and I'll probably actually take a microscope to look at it.
You probably would have to take a microscope to look at a microorganism.
Yes.
So, have you ever heard of bacteria?
Yes, I have.
Why don't you tell me what bacteria are?
So there's good bacteria and bad bacteria. They're having a big war, so they fight the bad bacteria. That's basically bacteria wars.
So there's bacteria wars. Where do these wars happen?
Inside you.
Inside you, in your tummy?
Yes.
So,
Anywhere.
have you ever had to take antibiotics?
Yes, I have.
Do you know what antibiotics do?
They kill the bad and good
Bacteria?
bacteria.
So, they kill the good and the bad bacteria living in your tummy.
Yes, but I also
So-
know how to get it back.
How do you get it back?
The good bacteria. Yogurt.
If you eat yogurt, you can
Yes.
get the good bacteria
and other
back?
fruits.
Does the good bacteria help you in some way?
Yes.
What does it do?
Eats bad bacteria. Help.
It eats the bad bacteria? Okay. So, do you like yogurt?
Yes, I am.
That's great.
I can like blueberry yogurt too.
That's good. So, I have an idea.
What?
I was thinking about conducting an experiment.
Cool.
Do you want to make some yogurt?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So the idea is that bacteria multiply by splitting in half, and they keep splitting in half and splitting in half, and so they have a growth rate that's called exponential.
So like it's immortally splitting in half.
Right. It just keeps bigger and keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Because it's cutting in half and cutting in half forever.
So right. So if you want to, we can try to make some yogurt. And I was thinking we can make a batch where we let the bacteria grow for a short while, and then one where we let the bacteria grow for a longer while, and see
Which one's better?
see which yogurt's better,
And taste better.
and see what kind of differences or similarities we notice. What do you think about that?
Alright, let's get started.
Yeah, let's grow our own bacteria.
Let's go. For this experiment, you will need half a gallon of milk, a cooking pot, a cooking spoon, enough mason jars for a half a gallon of liquid, some store-bought yogurt with live cultures. Ours contains acidophilus, and a cooler big enough to hold your filled mason jars. Pour the milk into the pot. You have to heat it to 185 degrees.
At that temperature, the proteins in the milk become denatured, which really just means they unravel into really long strands that are able to tangle together.
What happens when they get tangled up, Mom?
They coagulate the milk. That's just a fancy way to say it gets thicker.
It's done.
Next, you have to cool it down to 120 degrees. Then you can stir in a few spoons of the store-bought yogurt with the live cultures in it.
Can I do it?
Sure you can. Now fill the jars with the yogurt mixture and seal the lids.
Don't forget to mark them so we don't mix them up.
Good thinking. Why don't we mark one for 3 hours and one for 7?
Sounds good to me.
Place your jars into the cooler. Pour warm water into the cooler almost to the rim of the jars. The water needs to be 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Why 120 degrees, Mom?
That's the temperature that we're going to incubate our bacteria. They really like it at 120 degrees, so they'll reproduce for us.
So it's been 3 hours. So I'm going to put the first batch in. Mom will do the next batch because I'll be in bed by then. See you tomorrow. It's ready! Yay, let's try some. We're back.
Yep, we're back. What did we do?
Well, we put the 7-hour one in the fridge and the 3-hour one in the fridge.
Why did we put them in the fridge?
Well, because if they're in the warm water and the cooler like we put in there, then it's going to keep producing bacteria and bacteria.
More and more bacteria?
Yeah.
You're right. When we put them in the refrigerator, they get cold.
And then
And
they
they-
stop reproducing.
Right, they become dormant and they stop reproducing. So what do you notice about the yogurt? This is the 3-hour one and this is the 7-hour one. What do you think?
Well, this one looks more thick than this does.
It looks thicker.
Yeah, somehow it looks more thick than the 3-hour one.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think because this one had a lot longer chance to produce more bacteria than the 3-hour one did.
You're right. It had a lot longer time in the warm water and grew more bacteria, so the milk fermented more and became thicker. So I tell you what, why don't we take a taste? Why don't you take a taste of the 3-hour one first, since we took that one out first?
Sour.
Sour?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's sour?
Well, because yogurt, the bacteria in yogurt makes,
Can you remember?
yeah,
What does it make? What does it produce?
it makes acid.
Acid, right. In this case, it's lactic acid. And that's what makes the yogurt taste sour. Yep. How about, grab your spoon. Why don't you take a taste of the 7-hour one and tell me what you think about that?
Wow, that's a lot sourer than that.
It's a lot more sour?
Yeah,
Why do you think that is?
it's had a lot longer chance to make more acid than this did.
Right, it was in there longer, produced a lot more bacteria.
Right.
Because there's more bacteria, all of those bacteria are all producing acid, so there's going to be more acid.
Right.
So it's going to taste more sour. That makes sense. So I know what would make this yogurt even better.
What?
Remember you said you like blueberries in your yogurt?
Yeah.
I have some blueberry jam here that I thought that we could mix in with this yogurt. And that should sweeten it up a little bit and give you a nice fruity taste. Why don't you stir that up real quick and take a taste of that?
Stirring, 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 stirring.
Now take a taste.
A lot sweeter.
A lot sweeter? How do you like it?
Perfect.
Great. Did you learn anything?
Well, I learned that how to make yogurt.
You learned how to make yogurt. I think you learned a lot.
Me too.
This was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and eat your yogurt.
The earth goes round the sun, but can you prove it? This desk has chewing gum.